Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tiger Talk. Gerard Walbrock with you as we talk some Fort Hays State football. The Tigers 7-0 for the first time in 100 years. Yeah, 1917, another thriller on Saturday, coming from behind to beat Washburn 37-20. Now getting set for another tough road match on the road at Missouri Western this Saturday, and we'll talk all about it with head coach Chris Brown as he joins us here in just a little bit. The program, once again, brought to you by Mocha's Coffee Bakery and Bistro at 27th and Indian Trail, and by Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers are on North Vine and Hays, the taste that brings you back. We will take a break. Head coach Chris Brown will join us on the other side right here on Tiger Talk. And welcome back to Tiger Talk. Some of the action from Saturday afternoon. The Tigers thrilling 37-20 win over Washburn to move to 7-0. The program brought to you again today by Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. They're on North Vine and Hays, and by Mocha's Coffee Bakery and Bistro, 27th and Indian Trail. Stop on by on your way to work in the morning. The convenient drive-through. Get yourself a nice hot piping cup of coffee. They've got something for every meal, some great menu items and all the great drinks as well. It's all at Mocha's Coffee and Bakery and Bistro, 27th and Indian Trail in Hays. Head coach Chris Brown joining us. The Tigers 7-0, another thriller, 37-20 over Washburn on Saturday. Congratulations on the win. Another game which you fall behind by double figures in the first half, yet you find a way to come back and get the victory.
Yeah, we do. No, we actually did come out and start fast, got points on the board, and then just kind of deteriorated from there for a little bit, but our kids found a way to battle back and win this ball game. Some kids really stepped up and made some very nice plays for us on the offensive side and defensive side, and it was a total team effort. It took both sides of the ball doing their things, and special teams did a very good job as well, and just proud of our kids for fighting, battling, and winning another ball game.
I know you said it before, it's almost like they need to get punched in the mouth to wake them up a little bit, but it was a quick start. You got a field goal. You're the first team to score points, I guess, offensively against Washburn in the first quarter. They'd given up 2 on a safety, so the defense had not given anything up. And, obviously you won 7, but got a good start, but they came back and answered. You had a pick 6, and all of a sudden it kind of snowballed, and you're behind the 8 ball.
It did. It just seems like teams kind of just, I don't know, we kind of kill ourselves, shoot ourselves in the foot. Jake on the pick 6, he knows just as well as we do that he should have thrown that ball away, but he tried to force it in there to Bacon, and it wasn't open, and then you're not stopping that kid when he's got that much space, in an open area with, green grass, and that kid's going to score. But, our kids keep rallying, they keep fighting, they keep battling, and, they don't give up, they don't panic, and, I guess I just like playing with their backs against the wall.
Yeah, DJ Olmstead had the pick 6, his third of the season. He's been just really good at hanging around and picking those passes off and finding the end zone. But you had to like your teams, as we've seen all year, they just continue to fight. That's 4 out of 5 now. You've won while trailing at halftime. No panic, just kept going after it, maybe get a break that goes their way, and they just seem to thrive off of that.
Yeah, they do. I don't quite understand it. I'm still trying to figure it out would I change my pregame speech, or do I just use my halftime speech first? I don't know what it is, but our kids I think they just kind of fill out the process now, see where we're at, and see what's happening during the game, and then they figure things out pretty quick. And looking back, I thought we played very physical, and that's really what helped us, through this whole game and getting this W.
And you mentioned that going in, that you wanted your team to be physical, maybe felt you took a step or two back from where you had been. Washburn's a very physical team. You could see that from the get-go, but as you said, I thought it was probably the most physical you've played since early on this season.
It was, and that's something we talked about, all week about, Washburn's going to come here and be a very physical football team. So are we. We've kind of lost that label a little bit. We need to get it back, and our kids did. I thought we defensively really pursued the ball, created some turnovers, got some big hits on some receivers, quarterbacks, running backs, but then offensively, I really thought we started to establish the line of scrimmage. When you look back on the film, first half we really did a good job up front. We just weren't hitting their holes right, and one guy was maybe slipping off and making the tackle, but second half they really got after it and did the things we needed to do.
Yeah, we'll talk more in detail, but it felt like that may have been the best game the offensive line has had this year.
Yeah, they did a tremendous job. Going back, I know I kind of got on to them at halftime, about sealing their blocks, being more physical, being more aggressive. But when you really go back and look at they did a good job throughout the whole game, and they really played even better the second half. And I'm proud of those guys for the things they did. I mean, if you don't win in the trenches, you don't win football games. And I felt like we won in the trenches, on both sides of the ball in that game.
Yeah, 3 sacks defensively, and Washburn hadn't given up a lot of sacks coming into the year, and you're able to get to their quarterback a little bit and make him uneasy, especially in that second half.
Yeah, you have to. He's very mobile. He scrambles very well. When he gets receivers open downfield, he hits them, and when he scrambles, he's looking to throw the ball instead of running. And I thought our guys did a good job of keeping it in the pocket and getting some pressure on it and making him feel uneasy. When you get those quarterbacks feeling uneasy, they get rid of that ball quick, and good things usually happen for you.
And kind of going back to your O-line, Jacob Mazzara playing with the injured foot from the week before, didn't show too many ill effects of that. He wasn't pressured a whole lot, which certainly helps, but he had a nice game and a good job of recovering after that pick six.
Yeah, it was, and that's Jake. He knew he made a mistake. He's going to get over it pretty quick and move on to the next play because I just didn't know he's not going to let it affect him the whole game because he knows what it can do to him. And but our line did a good job. Our running backs did a good job of picking up blocks as well. And you protect him, he can make great things happen for you. And he made some very nice throws, and we also had some very nice catches and some great calls on the offense and defensive side by our coordinators.
Well, the Tigers get the win, 37-20 over Washburn. We'll break it down in a little bit more detail. We'll also preview this Saturday's game at Missouri Western as we move along. Tiger Talk presented by Mocha's Coffee, Bakery, and Bistro at 27th and Indian Trail, and Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, the taste that brings you back. And we are back with more right after this.
That was another legend on 99 KZ Country. And yes, before that, we had a brand new artist. Your home for today's stars and the legends. We play real country. I'm Teresa Trapp. Weather, news, sports, it's all here. We're on Facebook, and there is a listen live link at hayespost.com. Dial us in on your radio at 99.5 FM. KHAZ, Real Country. 99 KZ Country.
More of the action from Saturday and the Tigers win over Washburn. Welcome back to Tiger Talk, presented by Mocha's Coffee, Bakery, and Bistro, and Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. You can experience the delicious, cook-to-order food, rich and creamy frozen custard churned fresh throughout the day. It's all at Freddy's Frozen and Custard and Steak Burgers, North Vine and Hayes. The taste that brings you back. Tigers beat Washburn 37-20 Saturday. And you mentioned it in the first segment. Good start, came down, got a field goal. It was good to see the offense click in high gear, but had a couple of possessions where had to settle for field goals. Obviously, you would have liked to have the touchdowns, a breakdown here or there, prevented from even more, but you had to like the quick start by your team.
It was a good start. Now we just got to finish, some of those drives and not having the pick six and making one of those extra field goals here and there. But, we got to learn how to finish things and keep turning our wheels and plugging away. And we're just kind of getting stopped and stopping ourselves sometimes. So we got to find a better way of continuing getting drives, moving the ball downfield, and go score touchdowns, just not trying to settle for field goals.
And then they come right back and answer with a field goal. And the big play was that 52-yarder. They found a guy open, and good job after that to limit them to 3 because they hit the big play, something they like to do.
They do, and they're going to get you some play action, and that one was a situation where it's kind of is going to be a run or is it going to be a pass, and they did a good job of setting it up, and we kind of peeked back in the backfield, and we got to go make that play early, and good thing we got him down, but our defense really stepped up, hung in there, and it made him kick the field goal.
Got the field goal, then the pick six. You're all of a sudden down 10-3, and then they get the ball back and we're driving. But Nathan Shepard got a big sack, forced them to have to take a field goal instead of maybe marching in for another touchdown, which really would have made things difficult.
Yeah, it would have, and it would have gave them more confidence, and and they're hard to score on, especially with their defense and the things that they do defensively. They don't give up a lot of big plays, and he's a huge player for us. I mean, he's a big, strong kid, makes things happen, and we need him to continue playing like that to help us keep moving along to get these wins.
Yeah, he's had a couple of big games in a row up there on that defensive line. But you come right back, a quick 4-play drive, and get a big run from Kenneth Iheme. Lane Bieberly gets a big catch of, I think, 45, 46 yards, and then you get the Hazlitt touchdown, and all of a sudden you're right back in this football game, only down 3.
Yeah, we were right back in it, and we got back where we needed to right before the half, and then that's a good play by Harlan Hartley, we put that in this week. Great catch by Lane. He's finally coming back to being the old same Lane B really that we need. And Haheem's running like Haheem runs, and that all goes up front, though. If you don't have the guys up front blocking for you and making those things happen, it never works for you.
Had another possession. You're kind of in that no man's land, especially going into the wind, and it was certainly a factor Saturday. Couldn't convert on 4th down, and then probably the disappointing was the quick strike by them right before halftime to push their lead to 10.
Yeah, it was. That's just a situation where we got to make plays and make things happen. We had opportunities, to make them punt the ball, but we just didn't get it done. We gave up a couple of extra big plays, and they drove down and scored right before the half, and that puts some more stress on us. But like I said, I guess our kids like playing with a little stress and like playing from behind, but eventually that well's going to run dry, and we got to find ways to stay on top and not get behind.
Well, it'll be the 4th time in 5 weeks the Tigers were trailing at halftime, and as we all know, they've won those 4 games, and we'll talk about the second half when we return. Tiger Talk brought to you today by Mocha's Coffee Bakery and Bistro at 27th and Indian Trail, and Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, delicious cook-to-order double steak burger and crispy shoestring fries, of course seasoned with the Freddy's famous seasoning. You can finish it all off with their signature Turtle Sundae made with their fresh creamy frozen custard. They're on North Vine and Hayes. Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. It's the taste that brings you back. More with the coach when we come back right here on Tiger Talk.
As you plan for your business in 2018, advertising should be an important part of your growth strategy. Digital marketing puts your business in front of the right customers online. Advertising with the Hayes Post ensures your message will be viewed 1.5 million times a month, including 375,000 unique views a week. Are you ready to grow your business? Advertise with us today. It's affordable and it works. Call us today at 785-628-0467. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
Back on Tiger Talk, more of the action from Saturday. The Tigers comeback win over Washburn, down 20-10 at halftime, and came out and really, I think probably maybe the turning play of the game. They stop you, but a roughing the kicker penalty, and it kind of ignited your team. I know Dante Brown wasn't real happy with it. Obviously, the punter laying on the field for a while, but it seemed to fire you guys up. You took advantage. You went in and scored, and it was pretty much all Fort Hays from that point on.
Yeah, that was huge. The punt there, who knows what happens? Maybe they go down and score again. He even get it farther out of hand, but he hung in there, punted the ball, took a shot, and he was hurting. And he got up pretty fired up after it when we got him up, and that did. It ignited a fire underneath our guys and gave them a little bit more momentum. Played a little bit tougher that second half, but we needed that, and that's huge for us. But the key is we took advantage and we go score. If we don't take advantage and score there, who knows what happens?
Yeah, kickers, it's kind of interesting. Kickers are kickers, and I think they'll even admit that. But boy, when yours gets picked on or gets a penalty like that, it's like, hey, it's kind of like your little brother. I can make fun of him, I can do whatever, but you better not.
Yeah, it is, and they're just as big as part of this team as anybody else. And that's what's great about this team. It doesn't matter if you're the kicker, the punter, the holder. It doesn't really matter if you're a kid that is a walk-on kid that's third or fourth string and probably not going to get on the field. Our kids love you, and going to take care of you, and going to be there and support you. And that's just this team. And they're a very close group of guys, and they love one another, and they play hard for one another.
Well, you got that, took advantage, got the touchdown, and then the defense really kind of imposed their will. They had the first of 3 consecutive 3-and-outs there in that third quarter, kind of shut the door, giving up only 8 yards in that third quarter to Washburn.
Yeah, they really pinned their ears back and got after him. They were flying around and making plays left and right, and you could see the defense really just kind of take over that game, and by them getting those 3-and-outs allowed us to go put some points on the board and make things happen. But without those defensive guys flying around like they did, it's tough.
Took a little while to get more points. Finally got the field goal from Brandon to tie the game up. There was a muff punt in there as well, but you finally got it tied at 20, and then got the ball back, and an impressive drive, 12 plays, 87 yards, over 5 minutes taken off the clock, and one of the most remarkable touchdown catches by Montario Birchfield, who just seems to make big play after big play and difficult catch after difficult catch, and that was as impressive as any of them on Saturday.
Yeah, but when he does it, it looks easy.
I know.
For us, it's really difficult, but that's just too. He's got great hands. He's got great control of his body, and that touchdown was huge. I think he had one in that same drive, one on the sideline there. That was a huge play for us. but that one towards the end zone, being able to reach out and hit the pylon and get the score was huge. But like you said, he makes it look easy.
And kind of forgotten in that drive. He had 3 straight third down conversions. Matt Wendelberger, a 20-yard catch on 3rd and 7. Tyler Bacon, a 9-yard catch on 3rd and 6. And then Harley Haslett got a 9-yard catch on 3rd down and 8. That touchdown was great, but those plays kind of get lost in that. Those were huge.
They were huge. You don't get those first downs. That play doesn't happen. But just taking advantage of the situation and understanding where we're going to and where we're trying to throw the ball. And those guys come up with some big plays, and they're all great pass catchers. And what I like about those guys too is they like to block too, and they like to get after. So it's good to have those kind of kids. And we spread the ball around. It wasn't just one guy making all the plays. It was numerous guys and different guys in different situations making those plays for us.
No doubt about that. Washburn drives, gets you inside your red zone, but you get a stop and you come right back. And maybe the most exciting play of the day, you get the 30-yard touchdown pass to Tyler Bacon, his first career touchdown pass, the 5th-year senior. And boy, that sideline was about as excited as they've been all year when he got into the end zone.
Yeah, well, it was a great feeling, for his coaches, for the players, for the team, and we've been trying to get him a touchdown since he's been here, and to have him do that was awesome. It was a great pass by Jake, and I think Tyler thought the whole time we were going to go throw it to Monterio. And he looked up, ball was there, caught it, stayed in. I don't know how he stayed in bounds, but he did and got it into the end zone. But we're so proud of that kid. I mean, he puts the work in, day out, through the summers. I mean, he's one of those ones that does extra work, to make himself better. And to see his growth from when he was a freshman till now, and the way he runs his routes and the way he plays the game is totally different.
Kind of one of those unsung heroes. Monterio Birchfield, even Lane Bieberly, they make some big catches. Seems like Tyler's doing the dirty work. He gets the big 9-yard across the middle, takes a big hit, but gets you a first down. And it's nice to see guys like that get in the end zone once in a while.
Yeah, it is. When you're a slot receiver, you're going to take a lot of shots, and he's not scared to do that. He's going to get the first, usually get your 5, 6, 7, 8 yards each time, and but to see him get this big touchdown, and you saw it on the sideline with our guys picking him up. It was the same way in the locker room, after the game. But that's huge for him. We're so glad he's on our team.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Tigers get the win, 37-20. We'll talk about the upcoming opponent, the Missouri Western Griffins, coming up on Saturday in St. Joe, and we'll do that right after this.
Ready to discover something new? The next time you're in your car, tune your radio to 94.3 FM.
It's here.
It's Hayes' greatest hits.
Love it.
On 1400 KAYS and 94.3 FM.
94.3 FM, KAYS. Go ahead, check us out.
And welcome back. It's our final segment here on Tiger Talk, brought to you by Mocha's Coffee Bakery and Bistro at 27th and Indian Trail, and Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers on North Vine, the taste that brings you back. Before we look at the Griffins, a couple other things I want to bring up. Charles Tigner, what a game for him, 171 yards and a touchdown. Kenneth gets dinged up a little bit, came back, and he still went for over 100, his 3rd straight 100-yard rushing game, but 171 all in the second half from Tigner. He was big.
He was huge, and we've been waiting for that kid to come out. We call him Wild Man because everything he does is kind of wild and kind of unorthodox. I mean, just his movements, but he ran physical, he ran hard, he got downhill, he made plays, and when we needed him to step up, he stepped up. Well, we were kind of looking for that second guy to give Aheem some rest, and I think we found him. If he continues doing those type of things, he's going to get a lot more reps and a lot more playing time, but he was huge in this game for us.
Yeah, it gives you a nice 1-2 combination because they are such different runners. And a couple of picks by Doyen Jabowu to kind of seal the win. You hadn't had a lot of interceptions. It was nice to see him come up with a couple of big ones to end any doubt of a comeback from Washburn.
Yeah, it was. He did a good job of just getting under, getting his pass drop like he's supposed to. And, we played a lot of cover 3 in that situation, which, we don't play a lot of that, but he got to his drop, got underneath that route, and picked 2 of them off. And, without those 2 plays, who knows what happens, but those are huge plays for us.
Yeah, there's still time for Washburn to come back, but that kind of ended any of that. It also set up a field goal to push that lead to 17, which was the final margin. Now the Tigers on the road at Missouri Western. The Griffins had a 3-game win streak snapped at Pittsburgh State on Saturday, but as we said, have been playing well. Had won 3 in a row. They had scored 40 or more in 4 straight games. A team that will bounce back. The top rushing attack in the MIAA. It's going to be a load full again on Saturday.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a tough one. They do some great things offensively. Last week their starting quarterback didn't play, and we feel like he'll probably be back this week. He was a great runner, but the kid that's behind him does a great job as well. They got some very good tailbacks, and you know, they run hard. And they're going to run the ball, and they're going to do some play action as well and go deep. And you know, defensively, and we've seen some man coverage from them. We've seen a 5-man front, a 4-man front. So, you know, we got to prepare our kids for everything coming up this week. But they're a good football team, and they're going to bounce back from last week and be looking for a win. And the other thing is, I don't know if they lost at home this year as well. So, you know, that's something we got to take care of. We got to take care of ourselves, take care of business, and do our job, and go play hard and get up early.
I'd imagine you'll talk a little bit about ball security this week. They were leading the country going into the Pitt State game in takeaways. They only had 1 in that contest, but I think 22 on the year now, including 13 interceptions.
Yeah, they do. They pursue the ball well. They cover very well. They break on balls well. So, you know, we're going to find some ways to try to keep them off balance and not give them those easy plays as well. But, you know, they're a good football team, and defensively they really get after you. And then same with their offensive side of the ball. They're going to ground and pound and try to control the clock and get yards, but they do have a great rushing attack.
Yeah, it should be fun. 2 of the premier backs in the league, Kenneth Iheem, and for them, Josh Caldwell, who had a string of 5 straight 100-yard games snapped Saturday. Both kind of got dinged up a little bit in their games, but I'm sure they'll be back and ready to go. It should be a fun marquee matchup with 2 great running backs on 2 really good teams.
Yep, it is. This is going to be a tough game.
All right, Chris, as always, we appreciate the time. Congratulations on the win. Let's make it 8 in a row this Saturday at Spratt Memorial Stadium in St. Joe.
I hope so. Thanks, Gerard.
There you go. That's head coach Chris Brown. Again, that'll be a 1 o'clock kick, so it's a little bit earlier than most of them around the conference. 1 o'clock Saturday from St. Joe. You can, of course, hear it on Tiger Radio Mix 103 beginning at noon with the Auto World pregame show. Hey, if you missed any portion of Tiger Talk, you can always catch it online at HaysPost.com. And, of course, the video replay on Eagle TV channels 614 and 14 at 11, 4, and 8 p.m. on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So be sure to check out the video portion of Tiger Talk on Eagle Cable TV channel 14 and 614. Again, Jordan doing a great job as always behind the camera, getting that on the air. And we appreciate you joining us. The program brought to you by the Hayes Med Orthopedic Institute, the Taco Shop, G&L Tire and Automotive, Golden Belt Bank of Hayes and Ellis, Adams Brown, Barron and Ball, BTI, and Horizon Appliance and Electronics. And of course, as always, by Mocha's Coffee and Bakery and Bistro at 27th and Indian Trail in Hayes, and Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. They're on North Vine in Hayes, the taste that brings you back. For Coach Chris Brown, this is Gerard Welbrock. So long, everyone.